Alright, this is Pat, Captain Team No Fat Chicks. Run Dragunities. Go through it. I run one Levitine, Beefstick. Not a lot of people like to run him, but get him in your graveyard, and he can just at any time change it around. Triple Ducks, that's just standard. He's an instant 8 or 6, as long as you don't get a back failure, which are assholes. 3 Legionnaire, Pop Power. I also run it a little differently with him, though. Staple the Whores, the 3 Phalanx. Only 2 Atlas. And the king of all wing beasts, Blackwing Zephy, the Elite. This guy can make some stuff happen. Love it. Staple, 2 effect failures. Need them. A little different. Triple Tengu. With my Zephy, these guys make the magic happen. I can shut you down with just these 2 cards. It is a beautiful thing to see. Not so much experience, but to see. Mainstream, 1 Crow. You'll see why in a minute. Morphine Jar, get those new hands. And a little bit more of a spot filler card, but also quite effective. Blackwing Gale. He's my Stardust killer in 1 shot, and I love it. Going to spell cards. Of course, Dragunities, Dragon's Ravine. You need them. 2 Terraformings. I used to run 3, go down to 2, because 3 just seemed to turn into a dead draw, and with my luck, I actually get this more than my Terraforming. Draw power, double dualities. With the Tengus, I can just feel free of playing these and get this guy out. 1 Avarice. Of course, I run a ton of monsters, 21 monsters. Gonna have to recycle, and that's not even counting extra deck. Staple cards, Monster Reborn, broken, but so shiny, I love it. Shiny. Dark Hole, ugly Dark Hole. Heavy Storm,
Shiny.
super field white, love it. Staple Mind Control, beautiful.
Shiny.
This, personally, is my favorite spell card. Because of the tuner power I have of 3 and 2, and I can make so much with it happen, I'll just take your monster, and I'm going to use it. Not to mention, I'm trying to run a Dragunity deck with Ixie's material, and it seems to be working really well. So he is a dick. Book of Moon, just staple card. And I only run 1 Mystical Space Typhoon. I get a lot of controversy at tournaments over this, but it doesn't bug me. I can get around that really easy the way I run my Dragunity deck.
And because you're a shiny whore.
I am a shiny whore. I love being a shiny whore. Speaking of shiny whore, Silent Warning was so expensive. No, not so much. My traps, little different setup, which you'll see in a minute. I run 7 of them. Most of them stop summons, which is right here. I will stop anything you throw at me while these are on the field. Now, if you can get something on the field, I'm going to deprison you. This is fantastic against people who just are Stardust whores, which surprisingly is a lot of people. And then what makes this deck a little more unique and kind of throws a lot of people off, I find, is I run double Decrees. And I always have to keep asking people, or answering people when they ask me, why run Decrees and 5 other trap cards, and side in even more trap cards? Well, with this, I can shut you down if I get it fast, or even in the middle of duel, just turn off a deck. Or if I've got you pretty much set with these guys in the summons, I got my Ravine out, everything just turns live. These are out, these can turn live. I have no problem getting rid of a warning or judgment from my hand to blow some of your stuff up or take control of the duel for good. Now, speaking of the extra deck, my personal favorite guy, the OTK possibility, Trident Dragon. He is just, with him, just the easiest combination in the world. It's broken, and I love it. Trishula, need it, just love it. Really easy with Tengu. Thought Ruler Archfiend, fantastic card. Beats that Stardust and most trap cards in our target, which he is totally immune. Speaking of Stardust, I run 2 of them. I am also a staple whore, but lately I don't really get him a lot. I don't really want to go for him. 1 Durg, personally one of my favorites. He is Ravine in monster form, and he can get, this is why I mainstream a Crow. He can be searchable to your hand. And with so many dragons and winged beasts, it's easy. And he can go straight to the graveyard. This is just a broken effect, and I love it. That's a once per turn type of thing, so it's beautiful. Bryo, need 6. Gotta have him. He's beautiful. Triple Vaj. He is just a staple. You need him. You just need him. One Librarian, I sink quite a bit, but he is typically now my second choice. 2 Catastor. He wrecks the current meta with light. And now I try to Ixies, so Utopia is my B stick of that. But for shutdown combinations, I like to go Roach. I can usually keep him alive, and with the whole, which you already know about this, most likely some of you out there, Zephy and a Tengu, summon that Tengu, pay 400 to return him to your hand, special summon, you get another one. It's a Roach, and it will shut down agent decks like there's none other. And then lastly, Levier for those dicks out there who try to remove my stuff from play. Go into that side deck. I know a lot of Dragunity players out there wondering where my cards of constants are. They're here. Don't worry. Honestly, they turn into more of a dead draw the way I play this deck. Burial for some more added protection from removing from play. Now, this is kind of a fun card I just threw in here. Forced Requisition. I discard a lot with my field spell and a few of my monsters. This makes you discard. So I win, basically. It's always a +1 for me. Possibly even +2 if Durg's on the field. Beautiful. For those guys who don't use a lot of trap cards in their deck, I side out my Decrees for Double Wrath. That will stop almost everything in today's meta. You try to stop something, I'm going to blow you up. 1 Icarus attack. I only run 1 because the way I run it, I typically don't have more than 2 guys on my field at a time, and I don't want to blow up my own guy. It just doesn't seem worth it to me. For effect failure, this works beautifully with all the Dragunity monsters. Just return it back to your hand so you can use their effect next turn, and he gains an additional 500. So if some guy tries to play a Thunder King Ryo on you or something, summon any Dragunity Wing Beast or Dragon Tuner, return it back to your hand, either make him stop the summon and kill them both, or double KO'd either way. It's a win-win for me, in my mind. Another Atlas for when I side in the Cards of Consonance. 1 Samorg, I run a lot of darks, run a lot of wins. He's just good. I mean, he can't set anything anymore. 1 Darkness Metal, dual terminal, so it's kind of hard to see a little bit, probably. He's just B-Stick. When I try to go into the Future Fusion 5-headed thing, I run him. Get some more dragons in the grave. And 2 Synchro monsters are on the 7s. Side them both. Depending on what you do, if you run fields, I'm going you. If you decide to swarm, I'm going Black Rose to kill everything. And that's the Dragunity deck, and it seems to be doing pretty good.